What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this episode of Restoration with Vic. Today we got these cool gray 11s. No, these aren't the ones that just came out. These are actually from 2011. I still remember 10 years ago when I camped out for these. I was 4th or 5th in line at the store called High Point. I ended up getting the only size 9 pair. Good times. However, over the years, I did end up selling them. These I ended up getting on offer for a great price. However, I had to drive almost an hour away just to get them. Judging by how they look, they are pretty beat, but I know I can bring these back to life. We're gonna be removing the yelling from the soles, shining up this panel leather, giving it a massive deep clean inside and out, and removing the creasing from the back area. We got some work ahead of us, so let's get started. As always, you guys, we're gonna put this shoe to the side for before and after purposes. Now for today's cleaning, we're gonna start off with the soles only and come back to the uppers later. We're gonna clean up the soles and then go straight to removing the yellowing. The only reason I'm doing that is because I'm gonna be touching the shoes a lot as I put them in the indoor setup. I'm gonna be taking them in and out. I don't wanna dirty up the shoe as I do that, so we're gonna save that till the very end. To start, we're gonna be using our RESHOEVN8R Essential Shoe Cleaning Kit that you can find at RESHOEVN8R.com. We're gonna start off by grabbing our 4-ounce bottle of solution, squirt a couple of squirts inside our bowl of water. Next, we're gonna grab our stiff bristle brush and clean up these soles. We wanna get the sole as clean as possible so the RESHOEVN8R Sole Revive can do its thing. It's hammer time. Good to go with this part. We get a clean sole to work with. Before we could go in and apply our RESHOEVN8R Sole Revive to start removing the yellowing, we gotta do one thing. We're gonna tape off both gray pods. This step is very important on any Jordan 11 or any shoe that has these traction pods. If you don't do so, the Sole Revive is gonna fade these areas and you don't want that. Pods are fully protected. Now let's apply our RESHOEVN8R Sole Revive. We're gonna apply a nice thin even coat across the sole, spread it around with our paintbrush, then apply some saran wrap to keep the Sole Revive nice and fresh, and then stick them inside the indoor setup. We're back after putting the shoe in the indoor setup for 5 straight days. Let's check out the results. Clear day and night difference, you guys. On the befores, it was straight up yellow. Near the pods, it had a deep orange tone. Now let's check out the after. As you can see, we got a nice blue tint all around, got rid of all that gross yellow and orange tones from the sole. The trick was, like I mentioned, putting the shoe in the indoor setup for 5 straight days. I applied Sole Revive 2 times throughout the day, just so it wouldn't dry out during those long sessions. You can find our Sole Revive at RESHOEVN8R.com. Now let's get on to the cleaning. We're gonna be using our RESHOEVN8R Essential Shoe Cleaning Kit to get all the Sole Revive off the sole, take this tape off, and of course, clean up the uppers. We're gonna start off by putting the shoe to the side and taking off our laces and insole. Now let's grab our shoe tree, adjust it to size, and put it inside our shoe. To get things started, we're gonna get the old tape off and then go straight to using our soft bristle brush to start breaking down the grime on the uppers. One more thing, let's squirt some squirts of our solution into the water. So far so good, you guys. The soft bristle brush did its thing. It got all the stains off the gray nubuck uppers. Now we're on to the panel leather and midsole. For this, we're gonna need a stronger brush, so we'll be using our medium bristle brush to get all the stains off.
Ooh, you just got a little salt on your must.
Is it off?
Yeah.
So far so good, you guys. The white midsole turned out great. Same thing with the panel leather. One of my biggest worries about this cleaning was underneath all that grime on the panel leather, I was gonna find some deep scratches or scuffs. Luckily, there's none of that. Now let's move on to these soles. We're gonna be using our stiff bristle brush. In the beginning of the video, I already cleaned up the sole, but we just gotta wash off the Sole Revive and some of the residue on the pods. Man, I'm excited for this restoration. This clean turned out great. The last step we gotta do is grab our insole and lace, give it a quick pre-treatment so we can throw it in the washing machine with some other stuff to give it a full clean. All done with that, let's put these in the washing machine, let the shoe air dry so we can come back and keep it going. We're back once again. The cleaning turned out awesome. The white on the midsole is back to white. The panel leather is in great condition. Same thing with the gray nubuck uppers. They're in great condition still. There's no stains. And the great thing about this material is that it's still buttery soft even after the cleaning. Now we're gonna shift our focus onto this back heel area. As you can see, it's pretty crushed. It's a common problem with Jordan 11s. So for this, we're gonna try to decrease it using the iron and steam iron. Simply what we're gonna do is stuff it using some towels, similar to what I do with the toe box area. We're gonna stuff it, grab a wet rag, and simply iron it out. We're gonna be very careful so we don't damage the panel leather using the iron. But before we do that, we're gonna grab the lint shaver and clean up the sock liner to get rid of all the debris. All done with that process, check out this before and after. As you can see in the befores, it has this crushed shape to it, big creases all around. Now in the after, it's not 100% perfect. There is still a couple of crease lines, but the overall shape looks a lot better. I haven't done this trick in about 8 years, so I'm glad to see it still works. The last step we gotta do is grab our RESHOEVN8R mink oil and an electronic buffing tool. What we're gonna do is give this panel leather a nice shine. We're gonna spray a little bit of mink oil onto our tool and simply buff it all around to get that brand new shiny look. Alright guys, that is going to bring us to an end on this full restoration on these 2010 Cool Grey 11s. When I first saw this pair of shoes on OfferUp, I knew I had to get them. They were completely destroyed, but once I got them in person, I knew I could bring these back to life. Although the soles were diluted and turned yellow from wear and age, the uppers were also completely covered in grime and dirt from years and years of wear and tear. This back piece completely crushed, but again, once I had the shoe in my hand, I knew this job was doable. To clean up this mess, I busted out the RESHOEVN8R Sole Revive, applied it to the soles, put them in the indoor setup for 5 straight days and got these clean, icy results. After that, we gave this shoe a proper deep clean using our RESHOEVN8R Essential Shoe Cleaning Kit. Clean up the insides, clean up the outsides, got it to this clean state, and then finished it up by removing the creasing from the back piece. This is probably my favorite part because it actually got back its original shape. And finished off this restoration by buffing up the panel leather using some mink oil. You can find all our products at RESHOEVN8R.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Vick Almighty. I'll catch you guys next Monday. Peace.